Hey there, guys. Love Them Knives channel. LTK here. ZT, baby. It's the 200. And you know what? This is a grippy ass knife. This is a Ken Onion design. Okay? It's got 154 cm steel, which, can we say griptillion? I mean, it's not CPM 154. It's not S35VN. It's 154 cm. Why? I don't know. I really don't. Oh well. And there's nothing wrong with that necessarily in that regard, but I don't know. I'm kind of used to a lot of S35VN coming from ZT and also, CTS 204P and other kinds of things. So this is an interesting departure. Pretty good size knife. And you know what? Is there some G10 traction on here? I mean to tell you there is. I don't know if it's so you can grip the knife efficiently or so it can grip you and maybe punish you efficiently, because that is some stuff. I mean, whoa, baby. And you got a thumb ramp here with some pretty aggressive traction here as well. Nothing here. And this traction kind of starts failing you as you go down here because it gets flush pretty much with the scale. And so then it kind of loses its effectiveness. But up here, oh yeah, it's got you. You got it. But it's got you all the way down here. Open design, easy to clean, skeletonized liners as you can see. And they probably needed to do that because this thing, it feels like a chunk of change. It does. It feels heavy. Yes, it is. And I imagine, I'm just thinking, yeah, that's 4 millimeter thick stock, so about 0.16 thickness. Oh, but you know what? Talk about fat. Talk about thickness. How about that? How about this? Almost 19 millimeters thick. 3/4 of an inch. I mean, this thing is the ultimate fatty. I mean, this thing, I can't remember the last knife that I had in my hand that was 3/4 inch thick. Now that's some stuff there. Now this is a tough knife. This would be a hard user. This is not an elegant, artsy pocket carry, believe me. This is nothing of the sort. You got dual thumb studs, ambidextrous. Here's your blade stop up here. It's a liner lock, and you see the lock up here is 65, 70%. That's way in there. Of course, stainless steel against 154 cm, so no lock stick. It's perfectly centered. There's your flipper tab, which is kind of back a ways on this knife. See that? God, you got standoff, Phil. 1, 2, 3. You notice that? It's like we got enough people holding those scales up. Whew. Yes, we do. Not counting the pivot. And look at the pivot. I don't know. Have you seen something nutty like that? Oh, how about the 909? Les George design. Are we carrying a theme here? Yeah, I think we are. Big, thick, heavy, badass, hard use knives. Lanyard hole, but still open. It's not tubed. Obviously, we can go left hand. Look at this. Can you do what you want to do? Because you've got a place for right hand, left hand, tip up, tip down, whatever you want, carry. This one came from the manufacturer, from ZT, as a tip down. Now, check out the pocket clip. I mean, this is so funny. I mean, this thing flips open. I mean, you could tell this is a Ken Onion design, right? I mean, oof. Wow. I mean, I've seen this. Of course, you know, the leek, the scallion, the, you know, all the stuff that he does. In any case, this is kind of the super large Ken Onion translation. And it is big. It is big. But look at the pocket clip. Like I was saying. Okay, so you disengage this. It's fairly easy to disengage. It's fairly easy to flip. But you know what? This will gravity flip. There's the detent here is nothing like the 909. This is a really, really stiff detent. Once you overcome that, bam, it's gone, okay? This is different. This is very different in the hand. And this is the importance of having these videos, is because you don't know this until you see this. Okay, this, you can do that too, okay? This, you can just push the blade out like that if you want. You can gravity flip it pretty easy. Now, it's really, I mean, I'm not trying to knock that, because here's the deal. A knife like this, you might want to be able to gravity flip. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. As long as the bearings are conducive enough to being able to flip it easily on its own. And it does. I mean, you can push it to fail. That's fine. But, you know, it's easy. It swings open good. It's got good bearings. That feels good. It really does. So this kind of, you know, there's a lot of knives that I've reviewed where the detent is fairly soft and they will gravity flip pretty easy. But, and a lot of my like real steel knives are that way, but that doesn't bother me because the bearings are so nice and they flow so well that it also flips with the flipper tab very nicely. And of course, since you got thumb studs on here, if the detent was like overwhelming, then you wouldn't be able to flick it, you know, with the thumb stud. So this way, you know, bam, this, no thumb studs. So it's got to be the flipper. That's a big difference. You know, that's a whole different deal then. It's set up for really flipper tab only deployment like that. And so it's a tougher detent. This one here gives you an either or. You know, you can flick it with the thumb stud. You can do the flipper tab. You know, just saying. Hold on, let me get everything out of the way here. They're saying this is a 4-inch blade on Blade HQ's specs. You know, it's a 4-inch blade if you measure way down here. See the 10 centimeter and the 4-inch line? But, you know, here's where the scale is. I usually measure to the closest point where the scale meets the blade, which here is shy of 3 3/4. It's between 3 5/8 and 3 3/4. So, I mean, you know, measure where you will, but you got to go way down here to get 4 inches out. So, yeah, whatever. Overall, 8 3/4 and 21 centimeters. Fat blade, though. I mean, fat handle, like, jeez. But good blade stock, huh? Grippy, ambidextrous thumb studs, so you can flick, you can flip, you can gravity flip. You can do anything you want there. And, like I said, it's perfectly centered. There's no blade play, and there's no lock rock here. Nothing there. So you got a solid lock up. Moving this aside to check blade play, and there's none. No. I was starting to rock it with this. Never mind. There's no blade play there. Nice knife, though. Really swings free. You like that blade design? Well, if you're a Ken Onion fan, you do. I mean, that is, that's right, him. That's what he does. The 200. And how much does that cost? Does that cost $200? No, it does not. No, it does not. What does it cost? $140. Well, SRP is 200, so there you go. Out of stock. What? The 200 4-inch black. You know what? Well, okay, it's a 4-inch blade when you measure down here, but not when you measure up here. Just saying. So here we go. 8.75. Okay. 4-inch. Well, depends. you know. Stainless steel, 154 cm, liner lock, thumb stud, or, and here's the, can onion. And, you can use a 3/8 hex. Just saying, it's not a problem. And what's this say? What's this giving us? It's the ZT200 and tactical. Really? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Yes, it is tactical. Very tactical. And very practical. And very sharp. Yeah, very sharp. So, okay. It's the 154 cm, a lot like the Griptilian steel. It just depends on, you got to check heat treat and all that stuff to make sure it really is the true equivalent. But other than that, yeah. But it's sharp. It's still a good solid steel. And it's not a terribly expensive knife, right? $130 some. So, and this little baby doll will be on my upcoming knife sale anyhow, as will most of the knives that I've reviewed in the last week, because they don't belong to me. Belong to my buddy up in New York, and he sent some down, a whole box full. I've been having a fun time playing with them, and I may never put them up for sale. I'm just having too much fun just checking them out. No, I haven't been carrying them or anything, dragging them around the yard, but it's cool. See the pocket clip? Look at this Boker Stingray. So, you're sitting there going, who does a pocket clip like that? Well, Boker does. Whew. Well, I guess, first of all, it's not deep carry. It's anything but that. Oh, wow. I don't know. But I guess it's enough. I haven't tried it in my pocket, but, I haven't heard any complaints. I haven't seen any online of customers who bought this knife saying, oh, pocket clip's horrible, can't stay in my pocket, nothing like that. So I think we're good there. Yeah, it was an interesting design, I think. And it's a big brute of a knife, isn't it? Tough stuff, easy to flick, easy to flip, easy to gravity flip. So, no lock stick, no problem there. Good old tough, but skeletonized liners. And light as a feather. Light as a feather. Only 7.9 grams. If April Fools. Okay, it's almost 8 ounces. That's a half pound. Ooh, baby. But I told you, it's like 3/4 of an inch fat. That's fat. 224 grams. So yes, this is your elegant, artsy, light carry knife for all the cocktail parties you attend in Palm Beach this year. This is tough. This is big, badass tough guy hanging out in the alley. Yeah. Doing the down and dirty. And yeah, he is. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Come here. And this one too. This Les George design. This 909. Yeah, that's two. Really, both these guys? Yeah. Pretty badass. Pretty badass knives. This one's at least a little lighter. Thank God. But they're both pretty heavy knives. Pretty tough use type knives. But you know what? What does it say? Go bold, right? Go bold or go home. Overbuilt. Well, I'm all with that. You know what? And actually, these gigantic boxes, this one pretty much fills it up. So at least there's an excuse for the big box now. What do you think? How about that grip there? Oh, yeah. You got it. I think it's got you. Black hardware, got the ZT logo on there. Barely fit on that tiny little pocket clip. I don't know. Just saying, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit bigger pocket clip would have been nice. But at least you can go right, left hand, tip up, tip down. I mean, good Lord, you can carry it every which way. And, you know, blade centered, no blade play, no lock rock, no lock stick. Functions well. I'm going to let you go. Hey, thanks for hanging around. Subscribe. We've always got new content coming out. You know, we do all kinds of knives. Chinese, American, Italian, you name it. If I can get my hands on it, we'll do it. And we're having fun because we love them knives. So stay sharp.